Much like everyone who frequents the tech side of YouTube as well as tech-related websites, I have heard my fair share of things about how nice mechanical keyboards are. So, when some keys on my old membrane keyboard started acting up, I decided to bite the bullet and go for the HyperX Alloy FPS keyboard from Kingston, featuring the popular Cherry MX Blue mechanical switch. It's been roughly 2 or 3 months and I've been using it consistently every day. And I think I have a pretty good feel for how it works, so let's take a look. First of all, pricing. How hard was it to bite that bullet? The Alloy sits at the lower end of the price range, costing around $100. It used to be $160 at launch, but the price has since then been dropped quite significantly, making it what you could call a budget mechanical keyboard. Checking out the packaging, we see a quality slide-out box with a few images of the keyboard on the sides, along with specs and the thing everyone's looking for, the Cherry MX Blue sticker. Taking a peek inside, we get to take a look at the actual products. HyperX actually threw quite a few extra things in the box. You get 8 spare keycaps, a keycap puller, a very nice carrying bag, and the usual instructions and paperwork. Oh, and you also get a pretty dope keyboard, by the way. Now, looks are something that are always subjective, but I feel that the minimalistic design of the HyperX Alloy allows it to be a keyboard that can fit in with most setups without looking out of place. The keyboard is held together by a full brushed aluminum body which leaves no room for any flex whatsoever and makes it feel extremely well made, while also giving it quite a bit of weight. The solid steel backplate is really tiny and it doesn't stretch beyond what is absolutely needed on the sides. This makes the Alloy FPS one of the smallest full-size layout keyboards on the market. So solid A+ for build quality. The keycaps are plastic and have the standard shape, which is something to be appreciated. You can choose to swap out the black WASD and 1, 2, 3, 4 keys for some red ones provided by HyperX. The ones for WASD also happen to be textured, making them easier to find without looking down while gaming. There are no dedicated media keys, which makes the footprint of the Alloy even smaller. Instead, they are built into the F6 to F12 keys, and they even include a game mode option which disables the Windows key. Besides that, the keyboard also comes with the usual assortment of features such as full anti-ghosting and N-key rollover. Moving on to lighting, this is where the HyperX keyboard may let some people down. If you're looking for the flashing RGB color party found on other keyboards, then you might need to keep looking. However, if you don't mind single color lighting, here is what this keyboard has to offer. The LEDs are bright and red, making them visible at night as well as in broad daylight. You may have already noticed that all the symbols on the keys are located on the upper half of the keycap. This is not just a random design choice. They are placed there in order to ensure uniform lighting, as the red LED sits on the upper side of the mechanical switch. You also get 5 brightness levels and 6 lighting modes. There are the usual solid light, wave and breathing effects, along with a few more unusual ones, like 2 reactive typing modes and one that allows you to choose which individual keys are lit and which not. Which, might I add, is awesome for finding your key bindings in a dark room. Moving on along over to the back side of the keyboard, we have 4 very grippy rubber feet and 2 flip-out feet which also have rubber on the bottom. Even though they're plastic, they feel really sturdy and it doesn't seem like they're going to break anytime soon. Between them, these 4 rubber bits and the overall weight of the board do a great job of keeping it from sliding all over your table. On the top side of the Alloy, you get a mini USB port for the detachable red and black braided cable, along with a USB Type-A port meant for charging up your phone or other battery-powered devices. The letdown with this port is that it doesn't carry data. This means that you can't plug your mouse in there or use it to transfer files from your phone to your PC, for example. It only provides power, even though the keyboard takes up 2 USB ports at the back of your PC. But enough about the looks and the unnecessary buzzwords. How about the typing experience? Well, let me tell you, it is amazing. I opted for Cherry MX Blues for their satisfying clickiness and the tactile bump, but the Alloy also comes in Cherry MX Brown and Cherry MX Red flavors. With its standard layout, the board took little to no time to get used to and I was typing at full speed in no time. I've also noticed that I'm much more precise and make far fewer typing errors because you always know when the key has been actuated due to the click of the blue switch. Membrane keyboards do have their place as solid choices for anyone who doesn't want to shell out $100+, but mechanical switches take the typing game to a whole new level. And if you're wondering what it sounds like, then here is a noise sample. So yeah, it's quite loud, but I do like that. And if you don't, you can always opt for some more silent switches. I've not noticed any key wobble or unusual behavior on any of the keys, and the fact that the keyboard is plug and play and doesn't require you to install any software is yet another plus. So I really do hope that this review has helped you make an informed decision about the HyperX Alloy FPS. It's a keyboard that I don't regret buying for its great build quality and great features like the detachable cable. The only downsides would be the fact that the charging port doesn't carry data and the lack of a wrist rest or RGB lighting. So, if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a like, and if you want to see more, you can click on the right to watch my latest video or on the left to watch a random video. Or just click the thing right in the middle to subscribe. And as always, this has been Vlad from Goodsauce Tech, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.